My name's Orlando Corona. I work at Pepsi Cola as a delivery driver. I've been there for 25 years. I do what's called a full service vending, which we service a lot of vending machines on different accounts. And we do it anywhere from like 15 to 20 a day. We pretty much work from dusk to dawn, so long days, 10, 12-hour days. Most people look forward for the weekend. It's time to relax, time to go have some fun, but not in my case. My fun's just about to start. So besides working at Pepsi Cola, this is where I start my other hobby. I actually own a Funko Pop anime store up in the Antelope Valley. Pop Figures, it's actually a company that starts making figurines or bobbleheads or dolls of what's happening in current events. What Funko does is put personalities to these figures and present them to you at a reasonable price, with the possibility of gaining value. Funko has gotten licenses with a lot of big companies, so they have all 32 NFL teams of different players. So people who don't collect Pops but are fans of the NFL could come and collect a piece of memorabilia. People always want to collect something. And when it comes to Funko Pops, they just embraced it. And there's a very strong community out here.
I collect movie Pops, video game Pops, anime Pops.
I collect Disney, Marvel, anime, some horror, and also movies.
When I do it, it's mostly just like Marvel and maybe a few things from different TV shows that I like.
I like collecting Pops because I think it's a really cool hobby.
It's just a lot of fun to finally get that whole collection, find that rare Pop you've been looking for a while.
Well, when I started doing research of me actually wanting to open up a store, I had to do a little groundwork. Put on my thinking cap and start doing a little research, trying to contact Funko, trying to contact distributors. I didn't even know what to do. Like, what do I do? Where do I go? Who do I contact? So, we went to Frankenstein's. Okay, everybody, well, we're here at Frankenstein's. You want to say Geekville? This is it. Nerd Heaven? This is it. So we pretty much, they have it all here. Comics, anime, Marvel, DC, Funko Pops if you want. Before I started doing Funkos, I used to be big time into sports memorabilia. So that's what kind of got me into collecting. And I used to go to Frankenstein's all the time. I didn't even pay attention to the Pops or anything else. Like, man, I didn't care. I did notice a change in the climate of when it comes to collecting. A lot of companies, I don't want to get into the details, but a lot of companies start buying out other companies, and it was getting a little tougher to get licensing and products like we used to. It was getting really expensive, and it seemed like the demand wasn't as big as it used to be. Kind of took a little hiatus from like collecting, and I think I was out and about one day and I saw these little Pop dolls. And I thought they were like really neat. I decided to buy one for a family member of mine. And I saw something that they liked, and I'm like, what? I think they like this stuff. And I purchased one, and it kind of just, that's where it began. And that's where my collecting started again when it comes to the Funko Pops. Well, when I first went to Frank's, I'm thinking about, I'm not even collecting anymore, just about the business side. I had a lot of cold shoulders. People didn't want to really help me out. They thought I was probably going to take their business, or I'm going to take customers away from them. And no one really wanted to help me. So I was kind of in the dark. I was like, well, should I do this? Should we get it? But I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. I got to do what I have to do, what I believe in.
Hey, Jose, what's up, buddy?
So,
how are you, man? How you been?
I get a lot of people coming to my booth asking questions and everything else. When I first met Orlando, I thought he was being nosy. As he started asking more questions, I realized he really was serious about how he wanted to get involved and how he thought it could work for him as a business. Well, Orlando's, he's a real great person, first of all. And he has really good ideas. And I know before I used to give him ideas, now he gives me ideas.
Jose supplied me with my merchandise at first. I was driving to Frank's like twice a week. It was unreal. I was at Frankenstein's all the time picking merchandise up. Once we had merchandise in place, we actually had to find, the proper location. Well, when I went to the 4-point swap meet, I was really excited about it because it was going to be a lot of foot traffic. It was outdoors, somewhere where people have been going for years. Since it's been a staple in the Antelope Valley for such a long time, it's something secure, and it was only once a week. It worked out perfect for my schedule.
We've had generations of people who have started here. They've opened shops in town. It's a great place for people who want to start a business but really don't have maybe the finances right up front to start a business.
I wanted to bring the merchandise or my fandom to the local community, so we decided to start here, and we landed at spot 512. That was us there. This is our original spot. So we had displays here. I had shelving here. Man, it was tough. It was challenging. There was days that was freezing cold in the winters. The summers were so hot. You know, you're there before people are even up at 5 in the morning. You're over there unloading the truck. We would pack up the truck every Sunday night, and just full of merchandise and bins, and just, oh my, it was actually a nightmare, but I knew it was work. I had to do it. So when we started opening the shop, it was just excitement. Because just seeing the joy from people, we were excited. Like, this is cool. We have something here. And it's not necessarily about the money. It was more about, like, we're bringing something that's needed here in the Antelope Valley. It came to the point where we had one location at the 4-Point Swap Meet, and then we were outgrowing it. So we went to 2 locations. And we're like, wow, I was even considering getting a 3rd spot because we're getting so big. We're getting so much merchandise that we're like, what do we do here? Something has to give. We started exploring different outlets. Actually, the Palmdale Swap Meet, they actually approached me and they asked me, hey, we'd like you to set up here. It was actually pretty flattering, you know, because I knew we had something there, but I was a little hesitant on making that commitment. But it's encouraging because I knew that it was something that, you know, we kind of struck gold with it. So it worked out really well for us. I think if anything that I've sacrificed is just my time. So time is so valuable that, you know, we don't get it back. So, you know, there's days where we could have like family events or friends want to invite me and I can't because I got to be at the business. Regardless of what happens in my personal life, I'm very optimistic, and I really try to make time for people that deserve to have time made for them, you know, like my family.
Me llamo Josefina Corona. Su hermana nació 4 minutos antes que él, pero él dice que él es el primogénito porque es el varón, pero ella nació primero. Muy trabajador mi hijo, muy trabajador, trabaja los 7 días de la semana. Él siempre quiso hacer su negocio grande, entonces yo en realidad, como te digo, no dudé, porque como es algo que a él le gusta, yo vi que le ponía ganas, y luego tiene muchos amigos, Tiene muchos amigos, tiene muchos que lo animan también, y eso también le ayuda mucho.
I built a lot of friendships through the store. I hang out with people from the store, and I really, even though it's tough to make time for everybody, but you really just treat people like family.
Whenever I need help, or if I'm just in here to talk or hang out, he's always ready to hang out and talk. And whenever he needs help around the place, he just asks me, I help him out.
He helps me out a lot with my own things. You know, he lets me borrow things for videos and stuff that I do.
I think he really likes to help out a lot of collectors by finding really hard to find pieces for them at a really good price.
Started seeing him more on Instagram, Facebook, coming into the shop, seeing how busy it got, how big the community was of the whole Pops.
I have to deal with all the, you know, the comments, the posting, the messages, interacting. I tell people to message me through social media because I could get to it eventually. We have the Miss Nesbitt, I guess, which is Buzz Lightyear in like some sort of weird costume.
Without this pop shop, my collection would be very, very small. I probably wouldn't even still be collecting if it wasn't for this shop.
Well, it's nice having a place here where I don't have to drive down to LA or anything to like actually find like figure arts and statues and stuff like that.
I'm very happy with where we're at. I know there's always opportunity to grow, and that's actually a little scary because this is all still somewhat new to me. You know, it's a little intimidating, but I'm having fun with it. I'm really enjoying it. So I throw that intimidation out the window and just run with it because people have been supporting us and we're still growing, building relationships. I've had people come up to me and ask, like, I want to do this too. I'm a big fan. I want to do this. What do I do? So I give people any advice that I'll share my life experiences of what it took me to have what I have now. But I do tell people, just take a chance, because without a chance, you're not going to have regret if you don't take it. You know, so that's the worst thing you could do, is live with regret in life. Even if it's not just having a business, like opening up a restaurant or asking somebody out that you were intimidated with or whatever it is in life, just take a chance, because you just never know what the future holds. You're going to make your own path. And anything's possible if you're willing to, you know, gather up the courage and do it.